Well, there you are. Good morning, good evening, whoever is out there. We love you all. I'm Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe. And over here on my, whatever side she's on over there, is Marion LaSalle, our fearless leader.
Oh, hey, I like that.
Yay! We are so tickled to be here today on our daily reset for success. And have we got some good stuff for you today? We do some homework. I don't know if you knew that. We try to come up with something really fun and interesting and helpful so everyone can reset their lives because I don't know about anybody else, but I'm always up for a reset. I love to grow and change and learn and be and do and just get better. And I'll bet you do too, or you wouldn't be watching, right, Marion?
Amen, girlfriend. For years I struggled and I didn't really know what was wrong, but I just knew there was some angst underneath everything. And I tried to live my life the best I could. But I didn't really understand, especially when people would say, well, it's all inside, Mary, and you don't really need anything outside. Everything's in. I thought, yeah, well, how do you get in there? Because I can't seem to reach that.
I know. It gets to the point where do I go for help? Well, you're here now. We're here to help you. And there's so many resources, and we'll share them with you too.
I'm glad you mentioned that because when you say we're here to help, believe it or not, most times you help us more than we help you. And that may seem really strange because I know when people say that about me taking care of a lady that I take care of has Alzheimer's, and it's pretty bad, okay, I must admit. People will say, oh my God, you're an angel, man. And I'm thinking to myself, she has given me more gifts than anything that's ever happened to me in my life. So when you think life is hard, take the time to consider that later on you're going to see it as a gift. I hear a sound. Is that coming from your own? Like a phone going, eek, 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 eek.
Oh, it may be my phone. Is
That's
that,
what it sounds like.
yeah, I turned my phone off and it beeps. Can you still hear it? I forgot to
Yeah.
turn it off before we logged in. Sorry, gang.
Oh no, that's okay.
Okay, it'll quit in a second. I got a pillow over it now.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. That's good.
Boy, you got good ears. I couldn't hear it even right here next to me.
I do have good ears.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one of the things I want to talk about today is looking at things that are happening to us, good and bad, as gifts instead of, oh, what a bummer. So I got to tell you that my ex-husband died a couple days ago, and we've been divorced for many, many years. Let me think now. My daughter's 36, and she was 5 when we split, so that's quite a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
And for a while, I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my whole life. He cheated on me and he abandoned us and blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't long after uh, I heard other people criticizing him that I went to his defense and they were like, what in the world are you doing defending that man? He was a horrible man. And I thought to myself, but you didn't know deep down inside, he didn't do it on purpose. He wasn't cruel to be cruel. He just was doing the best that he could with the tools that he had, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, so if you have to make up excuses for somebody to let them off the hook, if you have to, oh, really? Is that
She agrees.
really? Really? I say go for it because it doesn't hurt them. It doesn't hurt anybody else. It hurts you to hold on to that anger and that frustration and that sorrow.
Yeah.
Uh, how many times have we done that in the past? Louise, tell me a time when you thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to you, and now you can look back on it and go, wow, what a gift.
When my husband died, I was 44. He was a lot older than I was, so we knew he would go first. But when he died, I didn't know who I was. I'd always been someone's daughter, someone's wife. And now all of a sudden, I'm just Louise, waving in the breeze, so to speak. What do I do now? And that was my lowest point in life. I spent a year, a whole 12 months locked up in my house. I very rarely went anywhere because I was so lost, just scared to death of finding out really who I was. And there's a whole long story back there, but we'll get into it one of these days. But that was my learning curve because I finally got out of it. I had to have a talk with God and say, okay, God, I've got two choices here. I can either die and I'm not sick, or I can get my life back. And I left it there. Less than a week later, I read in the newspaper about a women's networking group, and I went, and that was the beginning of my new life. He didn't want me to die. He wanted me to have a new life. And I picked up on it and ran with it and just had the best time. And here I am now on TV. So everybody has those moments. But it's what we do with them. You know, it's the old action word. We have to get into action. And I didn't do it for 12 long, long months.
Interesting. Yes, yes. Okay, so for 12 months, you sat there not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go, and something led you to open up the newspaper and read about a networking event. And you literally got dressed and went to this event by yourself with no one else prompting you.
Scared to death. But the ladies were so nice to me. I have to give them full credit. If they had not been nice, I may have left. But I stayed and loved networking. Never heard of the word before until that day I read about it. So we can all have new beginnings, and I encourage you to have a new beginning if you're ready.
There you go. And it doesn't have to be a total change like you did. It literally could be daily, like what we're doing here. This daily reset for success is made so that we can remember every day, because sometimes life gets really hectic and you're really upset about stuff and you let it go and it's a month later and you don't know what to do. You don't know how you lost that whole month. It can go down that road. Yeah. So by joining us at the Daily Reset for Success, what you're doing is reminding yourself every day.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and we're here for you. Join us on the little chat box too. Tell them how to do that, Marion.
Well, if you're on YouTube, there is a chat on the side. You can type in there. If you're in Facebook, it's underneath. You could just make a comment, and we can see your comments right here on it's the green room. Lady Lou, do you mind if I can escape for just a second? You know how I am. My life continues on whether I want it to or not. I'll be right back.
She'll be right back. In the meantime, we'll just continue talking about networking, if you will, because after I found that first networking meeting, I later, and several years later, became known as the Queen of Networking in Houston, Texas. And I played it big. I even wore a crown, had a scepter, and I taught people how to network. So, and I never dreamed I was a teacher. So all these gifts came piling in on me when I opened up and took action. Okay, Marion's back. There she is.
That's when I met her, when she had the crown on and everything. That's when we met, like 30 years ago or so.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so we're going to move into the daily word.
Yes.
Which is something I like to read every day. And forgive me if you don't like it, just skip this part. But it means a lot to me.
Me too.
Today's word is patience.
Oh,
Hmm.
I like that word.
There are days when I pray for patience. I may be dealing with issues at work that are not going as I want. I may be helping to raise toddlers or teenagers. Oh no. Working as a caregiver, driving in heavy traffic, or coping with a trying colleague or classmate. I can see all of these opportunities to apply patience. Patience is similar to a magnet. It attracts like action. When I act with patience and kindness, I set the stage for others around me to act in the same way. I may need to step back for a moment and take a breath right? Before responding to others. But as I do, I am able to act calmly. I'm able to speak from a place of understanding, remembering that my nature guides me at all times. I recall the prayer of faith and affirm, I am now a patient, kind, and I'm loving too.
Beautiful. Sometimes there are things we just need to hear at that moment.
Mhm.
Yeah. You've heard the old saying, okay, God, I want patience and I want it now. It doesn't happen like that. We have to work at it.
Yeah, and it gives us opportunities almost every day to work on it, doesn't it?
It does. Even out here in the country, where I'm all by myself so much, I have to work on patience because things, oh gosh, I have to do that now. I don't want to do that, but okay, I'll do it. And usually, when I get started working on a chore, whatever it is, I settle in and finish it. It feels good when it's finished. So
Mhm.
just work it yourself because you're the only one that can do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, now it's time to move into the National Day.
Yay! Okay, go.
I never know what day it's going to be over here at the National Day calendar.com. So feel free to join in and check it out with me every day. It's fascinating to see which organizations feel it's important enough to make it a day every year. Some of them are really wild and crazy, and some of them are like, oh, okay, that's a national day. Okay. All right. National Fig Newton Day.
Oh, I love fig Newtons.
You know what? This may sound really weird, but I have two instances where this happened. Apparently, my parents didn't feel it was necessary for me to know what a real fig Newton was, right?
A fig.
A fig. So I got fig Newtons, right? And that's what I thought a fig was. It was a fig Newton. Okay, delicious. Until a friend of mine had a fig tree in her backyard, and she said, "Hey, you want to try a fig?" And I looked at it, and I thought, "Okay, oh, that's good."
Yeah.
She had a whole tree of them. I thought this is really awesome. I had no idea they grew on trees. I thought they were a cookie.
Well,
Another time, huh?
go ahead.
Another time that happened to me was cherries. I thought cherries were red. They came in a jar and they were about so big and they were, that was a cherry. Okay. Well, guess what? They're purple and they're big and they grow on a tree in California.
And some of them are sour.
And let me tell you, I got so sick because he gave us a ladder and a big basket and he said, pick as many as you want. And so two for me and one for the basket and three for me. Oh my goodness, I was so sick that day. But oh my God, I had no idea. They looked like plums. They were so big. See?
Yeah. And there are people I have heard who think milk comes in the dairy case at the grocery store. They have no clue it comes from a cow. It's okay. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
If you don't know, you don't know. If no one taught you, right? Okay, it's National Nothing Day.
Okay.
Now, who decided to make that a day?
Sure.
National Nothing Day.
I'm in the muffins.
Okay. National Religious Freedom Day. Oh, no, I like this. Okay,
Yeah.
I wish it was. I don't really like that word religion, and I saw a meme on Facebook the other day about it. Religion is somebody else's idea of what you should believe, and spirituality is what you come up with, what you believe.
I
And
like that one.
I know, right? That explains the difference between spiritual and religious to me.
Good, good.
National Without a Scalpel Day.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's made for like people who do surgery. I don't know. They ran out of scalpels that day.
Well,
All
we
right,
need 'em.
one last one.
Okay.
Get to know your customers day.
Yes, yes. Oh, I love that one.
I love that one.
Right. If they're your customer, they're special to you. And if they're not special to you, they should be. And I don't mean to should all over you, but those customers are what's paying your bills if you're in business.
And guess what?
Treat them like kings and queens, and they'll come back.
Guess what? I'm a customer.
Yes, I am too.
Treat me with
Treat.
respect and try to get to know me. How
Yeah,
about that?
there you go.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, my dog got caught up in my wires down here.
Uh-oh, is she
If
okay?
my computer crashes down, you'll know why.
All of a sudden, if you go black, we'll miss you. Of course, everything
Exactly.
you won't see either one of us.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
Since I have the software, huh?
yeah. She runs the show over there.
Somebody's got to run the show, right?
We love it because I'm not technical, and I just show up. Thank you, Mary.
Isn't that wonderful when you can just show up?
I love that part.
I know. I have people that do things like that for me too.
Oh, of course, we all do.
They allow me to just show up. You know?
Wow. Well, everybody has talents, and using those talents in the proper way is why we're here, I believe. We wouldn't be here otherwise. You think? Uh-oh, somebody write something?
Yes, and I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson.
Oh,
So we can't tell who it is over here. I just happen to be able to go over to Facebook and see it's Mary Shin. Good morning, Mary.
good morning, Mary.
Facebook has security in place now that you can be anonymous. So if you want people to see who you are, you just have to click that link that's in the description. It says you have to give StreamYard permission to use your photo. So feel free to do that.
Good,
So Mary says she lives it as well.
good.
So I'm glad. Yes.
Mary's going to be our guest on the 21st of January on our Wisdom Chat for the Curious show at 7 p.m. Central, right here on Natural Curiosity on Facebook and on YouTube. So we're excited, Mary, that you're going to be with us.
Yes, yes. And you know, she does have wonderful customers. I actually worked with Mary for a while. She says here on the, she's making a comment that she enjoys her beautiful customers. And we were working with a software that required, you know, more than just one talent, shall we say, or one strategy. And so I was helping her with it. And her customers are the most kind, considerate, loving, gentle, generous people I've ever met. And they just love Mary. They
Yes.
just love her. And she says thanks, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, Mary. Well, we know your heart. Your heart is so beautiful.
It is. She's a lovely person, and you'll get to know her real soon. We'll have her on the 21st, and it's on our other show. You know, we have two shows.
Yes, we have the Daily Reset for Success, which is daily. Hello. And
Hello.
then we also have the Wisdom Chats for, no, what is it?
Wisdom Chats for the Curious.
Thank you. I can't keep them all straight.
You can find them both, the replays, on YouTube or Facebook under Natural Curiosity.
That's right. Natural curiosity, because we are curious about a lot of things.
Yes.
So
we love doing the videos. We really do.
Yes, we're not shy,
No.
and
And oh, excuse me.
we want to be here.
And if you'd like to be on here with us someday, our screen will hold 6 people, but we'd love to have 3 with you and Marion and I. Come join us someday. We'll set up a time because our shows normally on the daily shows are just when we find the time to come on. But people find the replays for sure. But we'd love to have you come and join us and join in the conversation.
That is so true. She's telling the truth. So let's get back to my topic today because I feel this is so important. I want to get Mary's perspective on it, and if you're in the audience, I would love to hear your opportunities to see people as a gift, and see experiences as a gift. But today I'm really focusing on people because my ex-husband died, and it brought up a lot of feelings of and thoughts and memories.
Yes.
I had to go through it with my daughter and my grandsons. They're grieving right now. And although I have no ill will toward him, I wished him well as he moves into his next experience, whatever that might be. And I thought to myself, there was a time when I didn't feel that way, but I can look back on that and all the stuff that happened to me that he did to me or didn't do for me or whatever it was I was upset at the time. And now I see it as such a gift. I have the wisdom now. I have the experience to fall back on, and it really, truly is a gift. So, how can we use this to reset our life? First thing I can think of is when you're driving. If you're driving a car, you have a chance every single time to let it go and not react and just see that person as a gift or see it from their perspective. When they're in a hurry, they left, work late, they're on the way to the hospital. You never know. You can see it as a gift, right?
Right.
I know it's tough sometimes. I accidentally told somebody this right after their daughter died, and she was very mad at me because I told her she could see this as a gift. And at the time, she couldn't. Well, Marion, keep your big mouth shut sometimes. You can't tell somebody that just had their child die that they could see it as a gift. They don't want to hear that.
No.
So you have to take responsibility to see it as a gift. Don't try to teach it to somebody who's just had something horrible happen to them.
Just be there for them. Let them know you love them no matter where they are in their life experience. Give them a hug if it's possible and just show them that you still love them and always will.
Yeah, it's easy as an outsider or someone seeing it from a different perspective to show and to tell. But sometimes we don't want to. We need time to grieve or whatever.
Yes.
So what's another time? Driving is a big one. Louise, what's another time that you could see somebody or something that's happening to you as a gift?
Well, I'm thinking a lot of times when I'm out here on the farm just working by myself, I reflect on my life. I reflect on the people I've known, and mostly I send them love, after the fact, of course, because they're not here, some of them. They've moved on or they've gone up, to the heavens or whatever. But I like to remember my friends and relatives in positive terms because we've all had fights with our relatives and our friends, and it's just part of life. But remember them always in those wonderful times that you've had. And it makes your life joyous just with your memories.
So my question to you all out there is, what can you see as a gift instead of a horrible thing that's happening to you? If your boss is being mean to you, if your coworker is stabbing you in the back, if you're driving down the road and you're just dying to, call him a jerk, and how about something that's happening in your life that you would like a different perspective, if you would like to see that as a gift, we'd love to help you through that. So if you have a question, if you have something that you need to reset, please let us know because we are here to help you.
You know, something I've just now thought of. Down here on the bottom of my computer screen, I've got a large computer screen. I am pure joy and happiness. I am enthusiastic. I love you, the Ho'opono phrase. And you could put one on your computer screen at the top or the bottom. Mine are at the bottom. And then it would say, life is a gift, or my life is a gift, so that you see it every time you look at your screen as a reminder.
That's a good idea. I like little post-it notes and stickers and writing on mirrors and things like that. And literally, as I went to the bathroom before the show today, I said to myself, thank you for allowing me to see, thank you for allowing me to feel, thank you for allowing me to understand and experience. I get to go to a class today at Unity of Houston, and I love this class, and I get to pick up my friend who has Alzheimer's. I get to. Do you understand where I'm going with that? I don't have to go, get in the car, blah, 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 all that good stuff. I get to. I get to feel, whether it's pain or pleasure, whether I'm smelling poop or I'm smelling pizza. It doesn't matter. It's all a gift because we get to do this. That's how I'm looking at it. And that's how I'm resetting my life every day. It gets better and better. You know why? Because now I can remember, because we're resetting every day. How many times have I told you, Lady Lou, or all my friends who are watching, my family, how many times have I said to you, well, I forgot. I forgot to do that. I said I was going to go on a diet and I just plump forgot. And here it is a week later and I'm still eating pizza. I forgot. I forgot. I forgot to read the book. I forgot to call that person. But here, since we're doing this every day, I'm remembering and it's getting better for me. How about you, Lady Lou? How about you?
And you, yes, out there. We want to include you. We're in this life together. I think you know that. So we want to be part of your community too.
So Mary says, knowing it is them, and give thanks to my mind for letting me know I am love.
Perfect. Perfect.
I choose and feel good for what I'm doing at this moment. Very good, Mary.
Very beautiful.
She is a beautiful person. She really is. So before we close out today, Lady Lou, I would like to go over just a little bit about what you're doing in the background for our Monday new segment.
We've got a new segment starting on this Monday. I don't even know what the date is. Do you, Marion? I bet she can
find it. I can find out.
Today's the 16th, so it'll be Monday, the next Monday. We're going to start a new series about 12:15. We're going to schedule this one for noon, and the first half of our show will be the Daily Word and all the good stuff that we have to chit chat about. And then we're going to start a segment on abundance and prosperity and how to get it. So we'll start out this next week with finding the blocks that keep us from having that abundance and prosperity. And abundance and prosperity doesn't always mean money. It does for a lot of us because we've still got bills to pay. So we like the money, but it also means love and happiness and friends and all the good stuff in life. That's abundance also. So that's where we're going to start with the blocks. So everybody's going to have homework. So be thinking, if you're watching, be thinking what may be blocking you from having money. In this case, we are going to be working on money, but it spreads out to all abundance. So it could be something like your mama, daddy said, oh, we can't afford it. You know, money doesn't grow on trees. Oh, I heard that one a few times. So there's all kinds of stuff out there that you've been taught. Let's face it, we learn, especially when we're little, because it goes straight into our subconscious mind and we don't have a choice. But know that there are blocks in there for all of us, to love, to abundance, to prosperity, to whatever it is you choose in life to be part of your experience here. So I'm excited, and we'll be able to see you. Hopefully you'll be commenting in the audience. So we're excited to be there on Monday next week. Did you find the date, Marion?
I did. It's Monday, the 20th, January 20th, 2020.
Very good. So we'll expect to see you here or on the replay if you're, tied up at noon. But we're going to have several more like that. We'll progress through that series. It'll be a 5 or 6 week series, and then we'll start another one on a different topic. I've got several in mind, so stay tuned.
Yeah, this is not only helping us to reset every day. Lady Lou and I were talking about it this morning. It's causing our brain to start spinning with ideas about how we can help not only ourselves, but you. And together, we are moving forward at a faster pace than we ever thought possible. So we're glad that you're here with us, and we're glad that you're chiming in, and we're happy. If you have any questions, any thoughts, anything that you want to work on, you just let us know. Lady Lou is really easy to get a hold of. If you go to her Patreon page, you can look her up and you can send her messages. She's patreon.com/thebabyboomerbabe. And if you want to talk to me directly, I'm on patreon.com/naturalcuriosity. So there's so many ways to get a hold of us. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, we're everywhere that we feel comfortable. I'm even on Instagram. Now, Lady Lou doesn't have a cell phone, so she's not on Instagram, but if she did, she would be, I bet.
Okay. It's okay. Technology is not my favorite thing, except when Marion does it.
There you go. There you go. You got to have somebody do it for you if you don't want to do it.
That's right.
All right, Lady Lou, last words. What do you got for us?
We have joy, happiness, anything that lights you up is what we can search for. Just find it in your life. Find it. If it's not there, make it. We can make stuff up. That's my middle name.
And that's you. That's right. So what Lady Lou is saying is you can intend to find something today. So think about what you want, intend for it, and look for it.
Yes.
So look for those beautiful moments. Look for those types of things that you find attractive and beautiful and loving and kindness and all the things that are out there in this world. Just start looking for them, and they're there. Yeah. All right?
Yes. Wow. Another good episode, Marion. I just love doing this.
Oh, one last thing before we go. Now, after this show is over, because this is a live show, after the show is over, then that goes up on a podcast that you can listen to when you're in the car. If you can't take the time to watch a video, I understand. Times are tough and you're busy. But you can go on iTunes and Stitcher and all the different places that you can find podcasts. We're there, and we're under Natural Curiosity. So feel free to listen to us on your favorite podcast app. Thanks again, and we'll see you again tomorrow, which is Friday. Bye, Lady Lou.
Bye, Marion. Bye, everyone. We love you.
And remember, be good.
Be good.